All right, hey Gemini. So you guys, I am doing the read for you that I meant to close out April with, but you guys, I just took a step back, so trying to reevaluate my channel, and I'm gonna do more reads that center focused around you as the individual. So love reads will be once a week, and I'll just alternate the dynamic so that we're not confused by what's going on in our lives. Anyways, you're going to know this is your read pretty much throughout the whole thing. Check your other placements, you guys. These have been pretty phenomenal reads. And just when it comes to the physical vessel, so it's why you chose your vessel, why you chose this life is what I'm pulling. And we're going to see the hardships, the past, present, and then the future, what you've called in to your life map. All right. So I am a believer that we sign up for our life path, and we're just going to see the past, the present, and what is to come in the future. All right. So touching on the physical body real quick, if you guys have an ailment, an injury, or just somewhere that is not your favorite place on your body, make sure you send that place on your body love and healing energy, direct good intentions towards that, and then the energy of that area will know where to flow once it's kind of embraced. Okay, so let's just check out why you chose this vessel, Gemini. All right. Definitely, right? To give you strength, courage, hope. So what I'm going to say is, I feel at times you've had your good days and your bad days where you feel stuck. You don't know where life is taking you, where it's going to go. We have the Four of Cups showing up here, which, to me, when it shows up in reverse, it could be about opportunities coming through, but maybe just not quite reaching you. I feel like with the Four of Cups, this is right here is missed opportunities, and it's almost like, everybody coming to you for something, It's like, this looks like the hand coming in for an opportunity, but as soon as it reaches you, it's like, hey, what can you do for me? And what can I take away from you? And look at this. Here's your cups right here. Nobody filling them. I kind of feel like there's tones of emptiness to you, to your past. What you've kind of endured is always giving, but kind of sitting there in a lot of loneliness is what I'm kind of feeling from this. Everybody's here to take something away from you, but what are they gifting you back? Friendships, family, relationships, even work ethic. I just feel like everybody's coming in to take, but nobody's here to fill you up. And I feel like that's what you've kind of, that's where you've been at in life. You've dealt with takers more than givers, and I just kind of feel like it's like you're questioning all of these connections that have come through. You're sitting here, you're doing your best to help everybody else out, but when it's your turn to be helped, where is everybody at? And I feel like that's kind of where you sat with your connections in the past, and here in the present, you have strength card coming through, which is really, it's like, it's, and this energy right here, it's not that these people are the worst of the worst characters in the world, but it's like I feel that maybe at times you've questioned having to walk away from these people, but it's like when you go to walk away, they come back and pull you back in some way, somehow. And I feel like strength right here is you. It's gathering that strength to disconnect from those people who are just like users is kind of what I'm seeing. You probably had your fair share of users in life in all aspects. And it's like you're sitting here and it's just waiting for somebody to come through that's like-minded that you can resonate with. And strength card, again, this is resilience. This is kind of recognizing all that you've been through. And if you're at this point, it's like, if I have to go through life alone, which is what I feel, I'm strong enough to do that. All right. But in the future, you know what? Here we have the Chariot card, and this is all about success. This right here is your angels and spirit guides saying that, no matter what you've gone through, no matter what you've endured, no matter how lonely you felt at times, you are going to be moving out of this energy. This right here is a card of success. It's protection. You are protected. Okay. And the situations that you call in moving forward are going to be a protected dynamic. So even if it's like one or two people or one or two tight connections, those are going to be protected dynamics. And for whoever's here, I feel like you're the type of person who doesn't need a lot of people in your life. It's not like you're not trying to be the center of attention. You're not trying to be the focal point. It's like the more minimalized, people in your life, like the less people in your life, it's like kind of moving through and knowing that you can trust those few that come through. So the connections that you do call in moving forward are going to be protected dynamics. Okay. So tying this all together, this has been pre-shuffled. We have the Queen of Gabriel, which is passionate, charming, brilliant, independent. And the card says you can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. So you're in this mode right now, especially for those of you who are kind of feeling kind of lonely. You have the energy about you to call in whatever it is you're needing right now. All right, and just know that that connection or those connections are going to be protected. And the Queen of Gabriel right here too. If some of you guys have dealt in kind of the singlehood aspect of things, I kind of feel like this is going to be an important card that you're going to call in later on. And I kind of feel like, you know what, when somebody comes in and it is a romantic in nature, I feel like for your energy, whoever's here, it's more about forget about the world. Okay. So moving forward. All right. So let's just look at the friendships in the family that you've dealt with. The friendships and family. Wow. Okay. So I had a flyer. Okay, so here is what we have, you guys. So friendship and family connections. What I'm going to say is this. So, okay, you have rejection. You have left out in the cold, abandonment, you know, feelings of sorrow, hopelessness. You know, this right here is somebody or multiple people continuing to leave your life. It could be one or two major people that have left, and maybe you've thought in ways that you've never healed from that connection. You know, it doesn't have to be all negative, you guys. This right here is sadness, it's loneliness, and I could see why you would sit in solitude. It's because the few people that you've had tight bonds with, you know, have left you, and it's left you troubled. And when it comes to the healing dynamic, you know, it doesn't matter how long the time frame has been since the connection became disconnected, but I feel like the majority of the important people in your life have, you know, ended up leaving you, and leaving you to heal kind of on your own, again, in solitude. The reason why I'm saying distant past is because the Seven of Pentacles, you guys, this right here is after healing after a long period of time. So this card is what's being recognized here is there's perhaps some relationships that you still haven't or have yet to heal from when it comes to your life and those people who are important. You know, I just kind of feel it, whether it's one or two or whether it's several, it's just that people have left you, all right? And it's left you sad, it's left you wounded, all right? um, the fact that this card is coming through as to these dynamics, you know, what I'm going to say is that there's definitely a healing pattern, you know, and if you feel like there's still things in the past that you haven't basically accepted or healed from, you know, your spirit guides and angels are telling you now is the time to heal. You've made it this far without these connections. All right. And you designed your path to experience loss. And you know, as the losses are happening, it's like you don't understand why. But really, I hate to say it because it sounds so cliche, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, you guys. You have a story that you're meant to share with other people, and other people that go through the same thing as you have experienced. You're going to be helping those people in some way, shape, or form, even if it's the tight connections that you're calling in now. You know, similar life paths. You sign up to experience these losses so that you can help other people heal, and that's what that's all about, you know. And I got to tell you, sitting in this energy, you know, of what's supposed to be current, I kind of feel like we're in the midst of the past and the present. The Magician card, you know what, I feel like this is showing up because you're destined to create a great life, you know, through your losses. You really, really are. The Magician card is all about manifestation. It's somebody who takes action to get things done, calling in what you want. And the more you heal from your past experiences, the more elevated you can lift yourself, the easier it's going to be to create your life, a life full of abundance and happiness, which is something that I haven't seen you quite embrace. Okay. Here in the future, again, we have this King of Swords. This right here is somebody with strong mental clarity. This is a visionary, a leader. This is somebody with intellectual power. All right. Truth, honesty, integrity. This right here is somebody who knows how to speak. And I just feel like the losses that you've kind of endured, you're meant meant I can't help but feel like you guys are meant to speak on this, you know? And if you don't resonate with that King of Swords, it's kind of, you know, it's stepping into the truth about everything that's happened in the past. The King of Swords represents somebody with a strong, powerful voice, you guys. And I can't help but feel that you're supposed to be speaking on a lot of this loss. You know, you're supposed to be helping people with a lot of this. And if you don't feel like you resonate stepping into that power, you know, I feel like this right here is just recognizing the past and stepping into your divine purpose. Okay. Tying this all together, we have the Six of Michael, which is funny because that Six of Swords showed up earlier in the reverse where I felt you were feeling stuck. Okay, well, it's time to get unstuck. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation or travel. All right, and you know what? The Magician card is also a travel card right here. So some of you guys could be traveling, you know, with this dynamic. It could just be relocating and making new friendships and acquaintances, you know, and calling in those connections that are like-minded, that have been through the same trials and tribulations. It's time to unstuck yourself, you guys. Okay. So let's just see how your romantic relationships have been, what you've kind of signed up for on the romantic sector. All right. Okay, so again, we're dealing with loss and sadness, you guys. Loss and sadness. We have the Five of Cups showing up here, which is all about emotional loss. It's the lack of emotional fulfillment coming through with this card. All right, so what I'm going to say is you probably dealt with more people that have taken away from you than actually given. All right, and you sign up for these. Okay, so this right here is thinking about those people, the people that have hurt you. Some of you guys could have experienced quite the third party dynamic. So found yourself in situations where you were cheating or somebody has cheated on you. All right, and you could be in this thing of karma. But you know what? Here's what I'm going to say about karma. We can believe in it, but karma is it's an energy that's like basically, God, I don't know how to say it. How are you dealing with a situation? It's like how you deal with a situation. So the energy that goes out is what comes back to you. All right. So if you screwed up in the past, it's time to forgive and heal that dynamic, and then things will move forward. Okay. It's not about, you know, and I don't know why I'm touching on this. So if you guys have been you know, on the receiving end of a cheater, or you were the cheater, it's time to let go of that dynamic. And the reason why I'm bringing up cheating is because we have the Three of Cups showing up in reverse, which tells me that in the past there has been some sort of third party dynamic, whether it was you or it happened to you. And if you have never experienced that, it's just the emotional loss, you know, people taken away from you, never finding the one, never finding the happily ever after. All right. But here's the thing is you go through these relationships, you think about the personalities, you think about why didn't they work out? What was there? Projection, blaming, drinking, cheating, lies, manipulation, gaslighting. You think about all the dynamics that have come through and have hurt you. All right. Because the majority of relationships that you've seen have just left you wounded. All right. It's almost like, what's the point in dating? What's the point in love when it never works out? Right. What you're going to do is you're snapping out of that. All right. And I kind of feel like for what it was is what it was. That's the past. It's time to move forward. It's time to shift out of that perspective. Okay. So I mean, I'd say it's pretty, been a pretty constant with these reads. We choose these relationship connections to help us build into who we want to be. All right. And when we become the person we want to be, we call in the person that's like-minded. So here you got transformation and rebirth coming through. It's like a butterfly coming out of a cocoon. It's like you're waking up. All right. Realizing that those were just, those were practice. Those were practiced. All right. And what you're calling in is the final commitment, the final show. This is solid. This is a stable. This is a secure relationship, one that nobody is going to be able to shake, you guys. All right. So that's what you get to look forward to in the future. But we gotta be the person, all right, that we want. And when we are actively being that person, we call it in. It's destiny, okay? So your angel card, look at that. We have perspective. This right here is like the hangman. Illusion, delusion, uncertainty. That's what you've experienced, all right? But what you're about to see is a beautiful transformation. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight and dare to be different. And it could be as simple as just, you know, people hold on to People will let fucked up relationships hold them back from life, you guys, and you just can't be like that, you know. And I don't feel like you are. And if you feel like you have been holding on to the past, you know there is a huge transformation that's about to come. No more sadness, no more sorrow. And now you know, through people's actions, words, and their mannerisms, you know what to stay away from. You know, in 30 minutes or 5 minutes, you can talk to somebody and tell if there's somebody who belongs in your life, you guys. All right, so let's just see the growth that you have had through all of these challenges. What your spirit guides want you to recognize, okay? What your spirit guides want you to recognize as growth through your challenges. Look at that, you guys. You got a strong sense of independence, a real strong sense of independence. Okay. You got gains coming. So through everything that you've done, maybe even navigating life as somebody solo, I'll say this. And I haven't even pulled the happiness yet to come, but you guys have a divine counterpart coming to you for those that are single. And if you are coupled up, you guys, it's just, you have a strengthening coming to your relationship sector. Okay. But your growth right here is it. First of all, you guys have clearly done the work, all right, to put the majority of the bad behind you. This is what the Ten of Swords represents: cutting cords, cutting losses, and not really acting negatively towards those influences that have been in your life. This right here is just cutting the loss, man, being done with it. All right, this right here is independence to the max. This is somebody who is a loving, stable, hardworking parent. All right, somebody who knows how to keep their life together and keep it moving no matter what you've been through. Okay, you're very, very strong, and people look at you and they see you, you know, and you have a light around you. This right here is somebody who's very nurturing through what you've been through. All right, you're very practical, you're very independent, and you are stable in all facets of life. A good parent, you know, somebody who's able to pay the bills, work hard, and then play when play comes in. All right, literally, you have, if you guys have not experienced, if you have had lack of feelings of being the jackpot, you know, this right here is saying you have done so well, and the rewards are going to keep coming into you in huge ways. All right, this right here is windfalls coming to you, and in other subtle ways, you guys realizing that your life has been pretty neat how you guys have lived it. All right, so the happiness yet to come, what you still are looking forward to. Wow, I love that. You got new beginnings coming through. Look at this, the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles showing up. Divine partners. So for those of you that are single, you can expect that there is going to be a new beginning coming into you. All right, this right here is new beginnings. And if you guys are thinking about moving, I can't help but feel, because I keep seeing moving, travel coming through. It's going to play a huge role, I feel like, in the future to come. This right here is new beginnings. This is warm, loving energy. All right, so brand new, brighter days ahead. We're coming into that spring weather too. Look at this. You got fulfillment. You got the whatever it is that you can conjure up in your mind is coming to you because you deserve it. All right. You need to look at the universe or God it and be like, yes, I'm owed this. I'm owed this happiness. Whatever it is that you wish. You guys have so many positive cards coming through with the ultimate ending. However you want your life to play out, what you have visioned, you know, we all think of that happily ever after, the wife, the kids, the house, the boats, the cars, the love. It's there for you. It's waiting for you to call it in, you guys. This right here has got to be one of the best yet to comes that I've seen, the happiness to come. All right. And this is going to come in a whole new light. This is going to be something big, something brand new coming to you, and your dreams, the dreams and the wishes that you want fulfilled are just going to come nonstop. You guys are ultimately, you're going to be filled up right there in your heart space, and you deserve it, Gemini. You guys take care.